If you're ending this year feeling tired, a little messy, or like you didn't quite get where you hoped, you're in the right place. Today isn't about fixing anything, it's about gently letting go of what you don't need to carry. Welcome back to the Better You Show. I'm really glad you're here with the coaches and I. As a side note, we miss you, Coach Joyce, and we can't wait to have you back soon. In today's conversation, we're talking about letting go of 2025. And if you stay with us to the end, we're continuing that last piece of our little game with you in case you're collecting all three. So let's get started. So many people walk into a new year already carrying so much pressure. This question isn't about what you should change, it's about what you might be ready to put down. So, coaches, as we sit here together at the end of the year, what is one thing that you hope the person sitting with us today lets go of before they step into 2026?
Letting go. I hope that you let go of the belief that you have to have it all figured out. I think so many of us carry this pressure, this idea that by now we should know exactly who we are, what we want, where we're going, what we're going to do. And when we don't, we feel like, whoa, here I am, new year, nothing's changed. But the truth is, you're not supposed to have it all figured out. Life isn't a problem to solve. It's a time for us to live, an experience, a journey. And specifically, I hope you'll let go of the negative thoughts and distorted ideas and beliefs that you've been carrying. The ones that you say to yourself that you're not enough or that you have to be perfect. That's a tricky one because sometimes we don't even realize we're perfectionists. We're trying so hard and we don't recognize that that's perfectionism. Um, know that your worth does not depend on what you do for others. You are worthy within yourself. Those negative beliefs, they can be heavy and we don't want to carry them into 2026. So maybe as we close 2025, we can ask ourselves, what old story am I ready to let go of? What belief about myself is no longer serving me? And then, even if it feels scary, let it go. You don't need to know what comes next. You just need to make space for something new. And know that the truth is, we're all doing the very best we can with what we have and where we are. And I think it's important to remember that we're exactly where we need to be. You are where you're supposed to be at this time.
And I think it's going to vary from person to person. But I think generally, women can release the belief that their self worth is measured by how much they do, right? I think this happens with a lot of women. And by releasing that, you realize that you don't need to earn rest, you don't need to earn love, and you don't need to earn belonging. It's just your natural state.
Learn to let go of what we haven't done and let go of the fulfillment that we have. And it is always a progress that you have accomplished. And going forward, it is going to be a next step. So there's no failure in our lives. And failure, as we said, that it is a pillar of success. So when you think that you failed, you actually learned something from it. So carry that message going forward and just do your best. It's always never a failure. You're never behind.
One word keeps coming up: should. I don't know about you, but should is one of those words that quietly sneaks into everything. I should be further along. I should feel more grateful. I should have handled that better. When I hear myself or my clients say should, it's usually a sign that there's an expectation, and often it's external. It's a real warning bell for me as a coach. So, if I could offer one thing to release before 2026, it would be this: stop shoulding all over yourself. Instead, pause and ask, whose expectation is this? And does it actually belong in the life that you're trying to build? You're allowed to choose what stays and what goes. This next question is about real life, not theory. We all had moments this year where something felt heavy, where holding on started to cost more than letting go. So, coaches, what's a moment from your own year when you had to release something heavy? And how might that help the person who's sitting up with us today?
Well, for me, I think something that's ongoing is releasing, letting go of overthinking and wanting to control things. So, what I'm trying to do is I'm really learning to trust my intuition, be present in the moment, and just take small steps in trust that everything will work out. And I think that gives clients permission to move forward without having everything figured out as well, knowing that just taking those small steps will lead to something greater.
Hmm. Um, I would say that this year I felt I am I'm carrying everything by myself. So that weight sometime feels a lot. Like it's a lot on we all often said it's a lot on my plate. I There's too much. So that heaviness actually weigh you down and make you feel tired, overwhelmed, and burnout. We go through those phases. So one thing I would suggest that if you look back, you would see even though you felt that you were not support everything you were doing by yourself, but there was a support for you. There were the system there for you. Maybe it wasn't that evident. We took it for some time. We take it for granted that it's supposed to be like that. So we don't really realize those kind of the support that we were getting on the background, um, because we're so focused in the results that we're going to receive. We're so focused on that. So don't take it on you. Make sure that you pay attention to the support system that you have, the person who reached out, or sometimes you actually took some time, a pause, which helped you move forward or where you wanted to be at that moment.
This happened to me very recently, just in the past couple of weeks. I've been really busy trying really hard to get better at my craft and taking courses on the side and reading lots of books about mental wellness and mental health. And I had this idea that, yeah, I had to do it all on my own. I had to prove myself. And then I sat in this meeting of people, and people who've been working for 20 years brought forward concerns that they had about people they were supporting and their concern that they wanted to meet the needs of those people and they weren't sure they were. And everyone came together in this meeting and supported each other. And it was the most amazing thing because when I brought my little problem forward, and it wasn't little at all, it was quite big for me. I felt that it was an enormous thing that I had to manage and something that was very important. Everyone came together to support me. And it was the most amazing thing to realize that I could ask for help. And in receiving that help, it filled up my cup. I had to open up and be ready to receive that. And when I received that, it was so wonderful. Asking for help didn't make me a failure. It made me someone who cares about the people that I work with. So I guess my lesson from all of that I learned was a good reminder because sometimes you know it up here, but you don't know it in your heart. You don't know it in your body. You're still afraid to ask. Asking for help is not weakness. It's a sign of self awareness. It's a sign that you value yourself enough to let other people support you. So as you step into the new year, I hope you release the belief that you have to do it all alone because you don't. And you were never meant to.
For me, this year asked me to release an old version of myself, to step into something new. Some familiar beliefs had to fall away and die. Honestly, that came with some grief. What helped me was remembering this. Keep your eyes on the road. You can glance in the rearview mirror to understand where you've been, but you can't live there and still move forward. So that was my mantra. Keep your eyes on the road. And to tell you the truth, I couldn't have done it alone. I lean on the people who helped shape me, challenge me, and remind me of who I was becoming. If there's one thing that I hope that you take from this, it's this. Letting go doesn't mean that you failed. It means you're making room for something new. This last question is for the days when everything feels like too much. When even thinking about next steps feels exhausting. If the person here with us feels tired, messy, or behind, coaches, what gentle first step can help them feel lighter going into the new year?
If you're feeling tired, messy, or behind, the first thing I want you to do is this. Stop measuring yourself against where you think you should be. That word should is one of the heaviest words we can carry. I should be further along. I should have this finished by now. I should have finished wrapping those gifts. I should have got those invitations out. I should have called my aunt. Yeah, I should have done this. Who says? Who decided what the timeline is? And who decided what success or progress is supposed to look like? Who are you measuring yourself against? You're not behind. You're exactly where you are, and that's okay. So take maybe a gentle first step, create a tiny closing ritual for 2025. It doesn't have to be big. It could be lighting a candle and saying one thing you're grateful for and one thing you're releasing. It could be writing a letter to 2025, thanking it for the lessons and saying goodbye. It could be taking a walk and intentionally leaving something behind, like a thought or a regret or a fear in a specific spot. Yeah. Maybe it's writing a letter and burning it outside, watching the ashes drift away, the snow. Rituals like these help our brains transition. They signal to us this chapter is ending, a new one begins, and that can help you feel less like you're dragging the past into the future. And here's something that might surprise you. You don't have to think your way out of feeling heavy. I think that the best way and the fastest way to feel lighter is through your body. You can put your hand on your heart. I do this a lot. And take those 3 breaths in through your nose, out through your mouth. Maybe that's all you need. Or maybe you might want to try the 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 grounding technique. Name 5 things you can see, 4 you can touch, 3 you can hear, 2 you can smell, 1 you can taste. Whew, that'll bring you right back to the present when your mind is carrying a small hurricane. Your nervous system doesn't speak in words, it speaks in sensation. So when you're feeling overwhelmed, move your body, breathe, push your feet into the ground, push your hands into the wall. Um, I have a couple of clients that lay down on the floor. They're ways of telling your body that you're safe and you can slow. And if you're someone who feels guilty for resting, try this reframe. Rest is not the opposite of being productive. It's what makes productivity possible. So, your brain needs downtime to process, integrate, and heal. Your body needs rest to regulate and come back to center. Yeah. So, maybe going forward, schedule rest like you're making an appointment. Put it in your calendar, protect it. And when the guilt shows up, remind yourself, no, no, this is not being lazy. You are not lazy. Choosing maintenance and rest is how to take care of the person you're becoming.
You can start by training your mind and body that you're allowed to move forward gently with baby steps. You can start with small wins, like even drinking more water, right? That could be something. Um, and practice letting that be enough, right? Uh, and you're never behind. Behind against who or what, right? You're only competing with yourself or getting better.
Um, because going to the new year, we're planning so much in our mind that we have to accomplish this. We're gonna do something different. We're gonna travel. So many things on our list. I would say again, take that pause and instead of asking ourselves, what should I fix? Or do I need help? What should I need to um, get better at? I would always say, what do I need right now? It's always very important. Today, right now, is the moment. So take that moment, take that pause, reflect, and then respond to that rather than fixing. We can always ask for that support. We can always ask for that help that we need. We are always in one unit. We're never by ourselves, even though we think it's always on us. So it's so when we ask for that help or when we ask for that assistance that we need or support, it makes us feel so light because we're sharing. So I would say share that and feel that joy when you're spreading that joy. My mom always used to say one thing, that sharing is caring, and we know that, right? We learned that when we were little as well. So keep that in mind going forward to the next year, that everything you share, it lessens the burden, and it makes you feel more joyful.
Excellent. First step that I always come back to is this: self-compassion paired with honesty. You're allowed to feel exactly how you feel. Always process that first without judgment. Then, when you're ready, gently take stock of where you are. Do a little audit, not to criticize yourself, and that's the key right there, not to criticize yourself, but to care for yourself. Then take small, achievable steps. That's enough. You don't have to rush this. You're playing a long game because that's the sustainable game. All right. Over the last couple of episodes, we've been offering something simple to mark this season. Episode 9 was a word for 2026. Episode 10 is an in the moment card. And this time we're offering a release card. This is a word for something that you don't need to carry into 2026. If you'd like one, just comment word, just like the other episodes, word. And we will put the card into the comments for you to see. No choosing, no explaining, just an invitation, and see what we've got for you. If it works, fantastic. If it doesn't, let it go. You can ask for another card, or you can just release it and choose your own word. If you're still here with us, I want you to know that showing up like this and applying this to yourself takes courage. I am so proud of you for mustering up that courage to spend this time with us. The next step is yours to explore. Happy New Year. I'll see you next week in that episode. Take care. Oh, hey, thanks for watching. Since you watched this video, we thought you might really like this video. Oh, and don't forget to subscribe right there for more great videos. Plus, tap that notification bell so that you don't miss any videos at all. Comment your thoughts below and see you next time.